Oh, hi all. Hello, this is T Skaday. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. I guess literally, maybe as of now, or maybe it's just hitting the news now, but I guess Biden, Biden was so generous to pretty much do an immediate pardon. He said, "I'm going to pardon anybody that's in prison for um, simple marijuana charges." And he was like, "Yeah, brown people, black people are targeted, and they have no business in jail over marijuana." And I'm thinking, says the man that if you have so much as a joint or what is it, a roach in your hand, you're getting 50. But mind you, and I just finished my 40-year sentence for weed, and now you want to say, what, less than a month from elections, anybody in jail for simple marijuana has no business in prison for, and you're going to get a pardon for that because your nigger ass had no business, which is nice because, like I say, I don't know if he's doing this just because people don't have no business in prison over weed that's still here, or if you have to call your own bluff because your son is on meth. Because it's like, who's really, you know what I mean? If it's really about getting put away for drugs, it's like, okay, do you have a better chance of getting put away for weed or meth? Well, more than likely, more than likely you will go to prison for weed. But you know, see what I'm saying? So it's like he could not have to. Is he being genuine, or is he just backpedaling because he knows, like, okay, if he continues to keep people in prison for quote unquote drugs, and it's like, well, you missed a spot before you reach the prison. I don't know. Yeah, but I found that very interesting. So I don't know if Biden's pandering now. I'm like, oh. And then what the hell is a simple marijuana charge? What is it? Like, what are you in for? Oh, marijuana. You just say marijuana real fast. Like, what's a simple marijuana charge? If I'm in prison for marijuana, it's not that damn simple. I don't understand. That just marijuana. They're basically saying, okay, you're just here, literally just marijuana on your books. Like, I don't understand. And that's how you know it's BS. So it's like, if that's him cleaning up his BS or cleaning up his mess, he got a long way to go. And then, you know, like, mind you, there's people literally finishing their 40-year sentence now from marijuana charges. So it's like, if you know you're well overdue, and that's nothing to do, they said, oh, this is past due, or basically they had no business in there serving time for marijuana. That's legal, and that's never went anywhere anyway when they got 50 years. But you know what I'm saying? That's open BS, and if you know you're on that BS, you have a long way. You have to do more than just releasing me 40 years later after I finished my damn 40-year sentence. You know, so it's like, okay, yeah, that's just pretty much saying, okay, I shit on myself. Like, okay, I don't even know if that's good to know, but it's like, got a lot more to some shitty draws, right? You know, so it's just like, it's just, I don't even want to say it's a start, because it's just kind of like, is that pandering though? And it's like, okay, yeah, you're just saying, okay, if you're in there for weed, but it's like, okay, what about those who are just in there for fun? Or, I mean, they're going to already release the ones who, or at least in one state. Oh, he also said, like, okay, hopefully it'll spread. I guess kind of like the purge. So with the Chicago, with the purge, like, okay, if you're just in here for this or that, or if you're in here on bail, you would be out, and then maybe that'll spread. Like, okay, we're going to get rid of the bail starting in Chicago, and then it's going to spread to everywhere. Or, and, like, as far as with Biden, I don't know where he planned on starting, but he did say, oh, we want this to spread to other states. And, pretty much if you have anybody locked up for marijuana, or quote unquote simple marijuana, or if it's just simply, oh, what are you in for? Simply marijuana. Yeah, and I guess in those cases, you are to be released, because you didn't have any business in there anyway. Let Biden tell it, mind you. But literally 30, 40 freaking years ago, you told me I had to serve 40 for some weed that never went anywhere anyway. Okay. But okay. That makes sense though. Okay. So, release because we were on some BS. Okay, but how do you plan on cleaning that up though? Like, am I getting compensated for having to spend 40 for some weed that never went anywhere? So just kind of like, it's a lot of BS. So it's like, again, you're just saying, hey, I shit on myself, but it's like, that's just speaking out loud. And I don't even think that's necessarily addressing the issue, because you shit on yourself, but like I say, it's more than just shitty draws laying around. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, that's just pretty much just saying, like, oh, okay, yeah, there's garbage on the floor, and it's like, okay, are you cleaning this shit up, and are you properly disposing of it, and are you addressing the issue? Are you compensating the worker, and are you seeing to it that this shit never happens again? So it's like, it's kind of sounds like pandering from the outside looking in. Especially, it's so fresh too. This is literally like, I literally clicked on it as him literally running his mouth like, oh, okay, I'm doing a pardon right now because people that blacks and browns have no business behind bars. I'm thinking like, oh, please shut the F up, Biden. Sounds like pandering, but I guess we'll see how fast it works or how fast people will be released for simple marijuana. Yeah, so you know, is that pandering or is that like a bait and switch, or is that kind of a, you know how BS they'll tell you like, oh, okay, this is the nigger act, and then it's like it'll help everybody but the niggers. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, I found that interesting. Yeah, for some reason now marijuana is being brought up, or those who are in prison for fun due to marijuana. And then like I say, but I guess you could only take it one step at a time too, because like again, I would be still more focused on, okay, so if I spent 20-40 in prison for marijuana though, you know, and if you're telling me that you knew 20-30 years ago I had no business in there, how are you planning on fixing the problem for me? Okay, yeah, you released me, but is there any compensation, or is there any reconciliation after that? You know, I would say at least focus on that. If it's really about releasing people who was wrongfully in prison for some damn marijuana, then it's like, okay, you got to do more than just release me, damn it. Now I'm damaged. Ain't no telling what the hell happened behind them bars. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. You know, you can't just call out a dead horse. It's kind of like, you know, it's everything's a process. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, I don't want to hear no hot breath about it. Like, there's the ABC. We got a list of things to check off once we do that. You know what I mean? When I get released, like, where the hell am I going? And where the hell is my lunch money? You know what I'm saying? Because if I've been in prison for 30-40 years, I need some assistance on my way. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, like, it ain't just easy as just running your damn mouth. Okay, Biden. So I was like, yeah, found that interesting. But anyway, all right. But I hope all are safe, and I guess I'll return when I hear more. Because I guess maybe I'm speaking too soon, because he was literally just running his mouth about it, and I don't think it's probably not necessarily so. But let him tell it. Well, I wanna pardon the niggers, you know, who are in there for simple marijuana, since they weren't supposed to be there any damn way. But somehow he cares now, 50 years later. All right, but anyway, all right. But I hope all are safe, and I'll return.